Okay, let's look at a strategy for making windows. You could make hundreds of windows with a material, but we're trying to keep our materials really simple in this. So let's just look around at the sample file we have and see what we have. There's a couple of buildings, Alt-Q for isolation mode. There's a couple of buildings that I have in here, actually more than just this style, but maybe, I don't know, maybe 5 or 6 that have windows cut in them, and it's a little bit of work, but it has a great payoff, I think. Let's look at how you'd make something like that. We're going to go through these pretty quickly. And by the way, that last video that you watched, I didn't clone the building, but obviously each time you make a variant of a structure that you've put a lot of effort into, you're obviously going to clone it. So say if I made that guy here, and then I wanted to change him and make a new version of him, I would definitely do a shift drag with copy selected and hit OK, and then I would modify this guy. Okay, so that's going to be your basic approach to all this. Okay, so let's just look at a building like this and see how we create part of this. We might not make the whole structure, but the idea is to be able to make the windows efficiently. So in this case, this looks to me, with these rounded shoulders on the building, like a chamfer box. So we'll go to our command panel, create tab for geometry, drop down to extended primitives, and look at chamfer box here. So everything's being made with chamfer boxes and chamfer cylinders and all these fairly basic shapes. I'm going to click on the modify tab and give some numbers here. Say the number of segments on that edge, I don't know, 3 is probably going to do fine. It's a building, so we're not expecting totally smooth shapes. And I'll do something roughly like what I did here before, just so you get the idea of how to do this. And again, of course, you can always change my working color of this. We'll change that again later. So to work with an object like this, first thing I'm going to want to do is obviously convert it to editable poly, and I'm going to lop off those bottom parts. I'll show you a little tip here. I could line it up on left or right, and that might be one quick way to cut off the bottom. You do that, making sure ignore back facing is off, because I want to include the back facing. But another way to do it, in case I wasn't lined up, is I could just select the bottom part and hit grow a few times, and then hit delete. Okay. Alright, so the point is how to get all these segments in here, and I could have made a ton of segments, but then I might have an issue working with these shoulder pieces, so let me just show you a couple of strategies. There's always a better way to do something, but this is going to show you a trick that you might want to know. I'm going to use Slice Plane, and Slice Plane is one of these tools, you either love it or you hate it, and so I'm going to hit Slice Plane. Now, it might be out of whack. In other words, you might open it up, and I'm going to hit the rotate tool. You rotate your slice plane might be there. So wherever it is, you want to put on your angle snap toggle and get it down so it's straight. I'm looking at my numbers down here as I work. Okay, and let's just look at what we're going to do with this thing. We're going to get a position that's lined up either at the bottom or the top. I just happen to be starting at the top. I'm going to hit my move tool on, and I'm going to say every 20 feet there's another floor.